Morning YouTube! This morning I'm going to be talking about something I attempted to have a video about a couple of weeks ago, then discovered when I was coming to edit it that the wind noise was just too great as I was on the motorway. The topic is the music that you listen to. This actually came about from listening to another vlogger, fake name, hello there, and it just made me think about the types of music that I listen to or have listened to in my time. His topic was pretty much, what music do you listen to? And it's one of these things that for me has never stayed constant through my life. It seems to be that the group of friends that I acquire really shape the music that I listen to. And when I was a bit of a loner in high school, up until about our third year, I'm not too sure what that is in English or American, but that's about when you're sort of 14 age, if I remember rightly. But up until then, I was mainly listening to whatever Mum and my Dad had in the house, which was soul and Motown. And I managed to sort of break out my little shell, and I managed to get myself into grunge and grebo. It's like, obviously you should know what grunge is. Grebo is like your Pop Weight Itself, Teenage Fan Club, that sort of thing from in the UK. That stuck for a couple of years, and then through that same group I sort of became friends with another group of people and was introduced into metal. So this is like thrash metal, Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth. But through that I've actually still got a couple of my favourite bands, one of which is Machine Head, who some of the best concerts I've ever been to. Just the energy is phenomenal. That music was sort of what I listened to for the majority for, I don't know, 10-15 years. When I moved down to England for a year with a job, I ended up listening to a little bit of indie music. That was like Killers. Well, I say indie, it'd be popular indie. Things like the Killers, I don't know how to describe what I listened to. Kings of Leon, that sort of thing. But I still listen to my metal, just not as much. Now recently, my music of choice has swung from those all the way into electro. Things like, it started off as industrial music. That was a gateway from Combi Christ, as I call them, a gateway industrial band, especially if you listen to metal. If you do, give them a check out. They've supported Rammstein in the past. Oddly enough, I'm not a fan of Rammstein. And that spread onto genres like, for me, agrotech, synth pop, future pop, EBM, just all things like that. Granted, that's only been a few years of listening to that now. No, actually 5-6 years of listening to that now. But that's been quite an influence in my life now. It's an interesting musical scene where you get to meet half the bands at the music gigs and festivals because they come out to watch as well. They come into the crowd as opposed to watching from backstage. And I've made some good friends there. Throughout all of them though, there's been, I think, one outlier in music taste that I listen to. And she has one of my favourite songs ever. Don't know why it's my favourite, just how it holds for me. The artist is Lene Marlin from Norway. The song is called Faces. I'll put a link down to it below. And from based on the music that I've been describing, you should see the complete and utter difference compared to mentioning things like Machine Head and Combi Christ, and grunge. She plays folk pop. But my most recent type of music that I listen to is psytrance. Still a bit of other electro, but psytrance seems to be in the forerunner. It's like Infected Mushroom, Asterisk, Ace Ventura, Talamasca. So I don't know. It's become my riding music because it's nice and mellow. Generally a consistent BPM, so there's nothing unexpected with drops and beats. Anyway, so what do you all listen to, people? Do you have your favourite kind of music that you listen to relax to, chill out? If you ride with music, what do you listen to while you're riding? If you don't listen to music while riding, I'll assume it's the usual argument of you want to stay aware of your surroundings. I do not fault you for that. It was the longest time before I tried listening to music while riding. I actually find that it sort of breaks up the monotony of the sound, but you can still hear enough around you if you've got the music low enough. Anyway, leave a comment if you listen to music, make a video response to a similar subject. See you around.